Hey everybody, so I'm back. There's been another Our Flag Means Death trailer. This is the official trailer this time, not the teaser trailer like the last one I talked about. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm just now finally getting around to doing this, so this may be a Friday video, I don't know. But I watched it. I have, I have like 3 pages of notes. So we're gonna go through it. Hopefully I can be a little more succinct than I was during the teaser trailer. So we're gonna go through it with some screenshots and stuff like that, like we did last time, and see if we can figure out some of this stuff that's happening. All right, my neighbors are being loud. That's cool. Thank you. Okay, so the first shot, of course, is the Revenge. It is sailing away in the distance. Not really much to see there, it's just the ship. Then we have a little scene of Steed and Roach together. They're laying down, and we've seen this. It was in the teaser trailer. It kind of zooms in on Steed. He sighs. Then we go to Steed on the cliff where he threw the message in a bottle in the teaser trailer that we saw. Not really much to this one. It's just a little landscape and you can see him kind of standing there. Then we have a very colorful shot, or at least this seems to have more color than some of the other scenes. Of course, it's of Steed. He's wearing the Chinese robes that we've seen it was in one of the pictures from Vanity Fair. Apparently he's talking to someone about Ed. He says, I let him down. I should have told him how I feel. Not sure who he is talking to, but my first thought is that it is Susan, who is the new character that we don't really know much about. Next scene, Steed is looking at the Blackbeard Wanted poster that we've seen before. There's some other posters around it, but I can't really tell what any of them say. It looks like one of them says 20 guineas for something, and I realize now that I said $400 reward, I think, in the last one. It's 400 pounds, which makes more sense. And when Steed is looking at the Wanted poster, he says, I will find him. Then we see Steed in the rain looking at something, assuming this is the posters, but not really sure. But he looks very sad. We get a shot of Blackbeard's eyes with the grease paint around and everything. And then we see him with shooting the gun like we saw in the teaser trailer. So the next scene is, we've seen something similar to this in the teaser trailer. Steed and Oluwande are talking. Oluwande is like, he's gonna murder you. And Steed is like, why? Why would he do that? And Oluwande is like, because you broke up with him. And there are these two ladies behind them. It looks like they're maybe at like a stall in like a marketplace or something. When Oluwande says, you dumped him, Steed says, I didn't dump him. One of the ladies says, he dumped you. And Steed says, no, we're on a break. A little bit in denial, I believe, Steed. So in the next shot, we see the front of the Revenge. You can see that the unicorn head is still missing. That was shot off during the little mini battle kind of thing with the Navy at the end of the first season. We have Sad Ed at the ship's wheel. He's got his hair up. He's got his fingerless gloves on again. He's looking very soft and pensive, I guess. So we have Fang saying, I've never seen Blackbeard like this. Fang and Frenchie are, it looks like, in the galley, possibly eating. It looks like they're eating cake, and I'm assuming that this is probably the wedding cake from the wedding that they raid. Because if you're gonna raid a wedding, why wouldn't you take cake? Because, cake is the best part of the wedding. We get a couple of quick little shots here. One of them is Frenchie and a new character. It looks like they're in a storm. It's kind of hard to tell because it's very dark, but it looks like it might be Madeline Sami. I'm not sure who her character is going to be, but it looks like she's part of Blackbeard's crew. So I'm assuming that she's probably one of the new crew members that Blackbeard has recruited. And then of course you see Blackbeard. He is kind of in the middle of this storm. He is laughing like a maniac, and it looks like he might be wearing the black cravat that was from the first season that he got from Steed when they changed clothes the very first time they met. We have another quick little scene of Steed in his Chinese garb. He's wearing a headband this time, and he says, I think I hurt him pretty bad. Then we go back to Ed. He looks like he's cleaning up in the captain's cabin, I'm assuming, and he's holding a bucket. It looks like it's got some empty bottles or something like that in it. He's got his hair up and everything. He says that he had a very rough night last night, and then it goes to him, looks like he's laying on the floor, crying. You can see the little bride cake topper that he has painted. You can see it in the background. So this is, I'm assuming, around the time that he's been playing with his little dolls. And yeah, he's just very heartbroken. So we see the wedding again, and there's a wider shot than we saw in the teaser of his whole crew, or more of his crew, I suppose. You can see Fang, of course. It looks like possibly Madeline Sami's character also is in there. You can see Frenchie, you can see Jim, and you can see Izzy. Izzy is right there. He is at the wedding. There he is. Didn't know this before because he was not in the teaser trailer at the wedding, but he's definitely there right now. And they go attack the wedding guests, of course, which we've already seen. But in this one, you can definitely tell that Izzy is one of the people in there. And as they're fighting, you can hear Blackbeard say, "But it's a new day." Then you have him saying, "No more booze, no more drugs." And he's sitting there smoking a blunt. And then it shows him with the bucket back in the cabin again with, it looks like Frenchie from what I can tell. Not completely sure, but you can kind of just see his back, and from the profile from the back a little bit, it looks kind of like Frenchie, but it's hard to tell. And he's telling him, and more importantly, no more Steed. And then we get a shot of him with the cake topper groom again, like we saw in the teaser trailer, and a close-up on that groom. And then we go to our shot of the two of them together. Steed is standing behind him. This looks like the same place where we saw him in the Vanity Fair article. It's got the chair and everything. And Bonnie is also there, so yes, it is the same location. And he says, "Hello, Edward." Ed is looking a little bit roughed up here. He looks like he's got a little split lip, and there's a cut on his eyebrow, there's a cut on his cheek. So he's been dealing with some stuff, apparently. And he kind of turns his head and says hi. And I'm assuming that this is Mary Reed, because we see Anne Bonny, they sailed together and everything. So this is Rachel House, who's been in several of Taika Waititi's films, and other stuff too, of course. And she is, I'm assuming, playing Mary Reed. So she says, "What, you two know each other?" And Steve says, "Shipmates." And Ed says, "Former." So yeah, they're still on the outs, it seems. I'm assuming that this is not the first time they've met, because I imagine that it would probably go a little worse for Steed. But I don't know. We get a shot of the British Navy in the woods, it looks like. And then we get to see a new character. I don't know who this character is supposed to be, but he's talking to the Navy. Apparently he looks like he's wearing Navy-ish uniform. It took me a while to figure out who this is, who the actor is. His name is Errol Shand, and I happened to see his name in some random article that he was going to be in this season, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but this is him. He has some kind of weird nose thing going on. Where is he covering up where he doesn't have a nose anymore? Did he have a run-in with a Jackie and his nose is now in the nose jar? I don't know. But, I mean, it's a possibility. Jackie is known for that. I'm wondering if this character is supposed to be Woodes Rogers, who was, like, the governor of the Bahamas, and he came in and he was like, okay, we got to get rid of all the pirates. So maybe that's who he is. Because he does say to them, "Gentlemen, to the end of piracy." So, yeah, he's got it out for the pirates. Although, you know, the Navy is going to have it out for the pirates anyway, so he could be anyone. But that's what my guess would be. So next we have a scene of Izzy punching Steed, and there's something very important that I did not catch the first time that I watched this. It took me a few times to actually see it. It took me until I was like going frame by frame, basically. Izzy has a wooden leg. So apparently things did not go well with the toe situation that happened at the end of the first season. And he's had to have his whole leg chopped off, I'm assuming. And yeah, he has a wooden leg. So that's pretty interesting. We have a really quick scene of Olawande. It looks like he's breaking a bottle over someone's head, but you can't really tell much about it. And it's a very, very quick scene. So I don't know who it is. Then we have the same shot that was in the teaser trailer of the person that looks like they're plunging into the water. It looks like there's a stone tied around them. I said it was Ed in the teaser trailer breakdown, and I still think it is Ed, and I will get into that a little bit later. And there's another shot that has the person sinking further. I'm assuming this is the same time. Not really sure, but it would make sense. We have a quick shot of Ed looking at something. Don't know what, can't tell what it is. He's looking off camera and he says something's wrong, feels like a storm's coming. Then we have a shot of Fang knocking two heads together, these two guys. And this is the same ship where earlier in the trailer you could see Ed was shooting his gun, or at least it looks the same. It's the same set, and the same people are around, and the people that they are fighting against, can't really tell who they are, but they all look kind of similar. They're all wearing similar outfits. We see Ed with the barrel again, looking like he's about to hit somebody on the head with it, which we've already seen. There are it's several quick shots altogether. The next one, it looks like there's some kind of explosion or maybe fireworks going off. You can see Black Pete, and it looks like Olawande is beside him, and the only way I can figure that it is Olawande is because of the Crocs. Maybe Steed is in there. It looks like maybe Izzy is in the background, but it's kind of hard to tell. Then we get a quick shot of Steed on the Revenge. It's looking really bad. It looks like maybe it has been abandoned. The sails and everything are falling apart. There's just black stuff all on the deck. And he's wearing the Chinese outfit that we've seen him in before. So next we have Steed. He's talking to Black Pete. He says, "Our escape relies on this. We only get one shot." Pete has a crossbow, it looks like. There are several people around. It looks like Madeline Sami is in the background. Roach is back there. You can see Frenchie and Jim also, and maybe Izzy behind them. Pete looks like he's about to shoot that crossbow, but he stops and says, "No, I can't do it. I've never even seen one of these." And if you look a little closely, you can it looks like there might be a rope that's attached to the dart that they're trying to get across. So I'm assuming that is gonna come up later in the trailer. We get a quick little shot of, it looks like Steed and Izzy are sword fighting on a beach. Then we have a shot of Izzy, he smacks Steed on the ass, it looks like. And Steed is holding a rope, and when he gets smacked, he swings across the deck of the Revenge, and it looks like he's about to try to maybe stand on the capstan, but he misses it. He slowly slides down the rope until he's basically just lying down on the deck. And in the part where he is sliding slowly down the rope, you can see Izzy's wooden leg again. So while he is laying there on the deck of the Revenge, he says, "I've been a failure my whole life." And then it goes over to another scene of Steed. He says, "It's not so bad once you get used to it." Don't know who he's talking to here, but he is in his blue-ish kind of shirt, bluish gray. I don't know what color this is. It looks different on every screen that I look at. You can see he's got a little gold hoop earring, or actually not little, it's a pretty big gold hoop. And he's showing some chest. Okay, Steed. So then we get a shot of Ed on a cliff with some other guy. This guy looks a lot like the guy from the other trailer, from the teaser trailer, that there was a tent kind of thing happening, and Ed shot at him. And this looks like the same guy, and it looks like the same outfit that Ed is wearing also. And if you look closely, you can see that there is a rock there, and there's a rope, it looks like, tied around it. So I'm assuming this is right before that scene where who I'm assuming is Ed is in the water being dragged down by the rock. Don't know if he's doing it to himself, or if this guy has thrown him off the cliff, but he's in the water. And you can hear Jackie talking over a little bit of it, saying, "You're going through that if I was a regular dude phase." And it shows Jackie talking to Ed, and it looks like from the same, they're wearing the same outfits and everything that they were wearing in the Vanity Fair article. Then you have Ed on the ground. In front of him, there's a bunny rabbit. Please let this rabbit be part of the actual show for, ever. I love rabbits. And Ed is looking at the rabbit saying, "I feel like I just found my new best friend." The rabbit does a cute little nose twitch. And yeah, then we go to Fang. It looks like he's trying to shush someone. So then we have a scene of Oluwande, Jim, and the new girl, and they are all wearing garlic necklaces and doing like finger crosses. And who's supposed to be a vampire? Aren't there going to be vampires this season? This is not what we do in the shadows, but okay. So then we have a really short scene with Izzy and Steed. Izzy is telling him how you're still alive. I cannot say, but he's speaking over some other scenes that happen. One of them is has a Brunson Pinchot, and he's puts down a newspaper or whatever. Not sure who he's playing, but I'm pretty sure that he is the guy in the next scene. Crazy guy who's like directing with like a violin bow. I think that might be him. It looks kind of like him. We have Steed first. We can see Steed. It looks like he's got some kind of a wound on his chest. Looks a little bit like a bullet wound. And in the background, you can see Wee John. And then we get the same scene that was in the teaser trailer, where, of course, they're being tortured. I could not tell if that was what was happening, but yes, they're being tortured. You can really see it in this. And he is, of course, directing them, it looks like. You see both Oluwande and Roach, who have vices on their heads. Then you can see it looks like Jim and Madeline Sami's characters are on the ground. Jim has, looks like a drawn-on mustache, which is really cute. And yeah, so don't know what's going on there, but it looks bad. Steed is screaming. And then we go back to Steed and Izzy talking. And he says, I do ask myself that question every day in response to what Izzy had said earlier. So then you have Roach with the cannon again that was in the teaser. You have Steed, Jim, and the new girl all celebrating. And it looks like they're wearing the same clothes that they were in the torture scene. So hopefully this means that the torturing is over. They've killed whoever is torturing them or whatever. That'd be nice. I'm just wondering who his character is supposed to be. Is he maybe Benjamin Hornigold? Because he was mentioned in the first season. And if we're going by historical stuff, he was hired by Woodes Rogers to go pirate hunting, hunting after, his former associates. So could be him, could be somebody else, could be like somebody like Charles Vane. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who he is. So then we have a scene of Steed fighting with the Navy on the beach. Ed, it looks like Ed anyway, is coming up from the waves. Don't know if this is the same scene, if that is what Steed is watching, or if this is something else. Then we see Buttons on a zip line. He's heading off to, it looks like, to go to the Revenge from the Chinese ship. It does show, like in the moonlight, it shows the two ships next to each other. There's the line in between, somebody's going across. I'm assuming that this line is what Pete was trying to create to get them over to the Revenge. Don't know why they weren't on the Revenge in the first place, but there we go. And if you look at the Revenge, you can see that it's got like the tattered sails and everything, which goes in with that one other picture where Steed is on the ship and there are the tattered sails and everything just looks kind of broken down and not great anymore. But I'm assuming it's a Chinese ship because the sails look kind of like, it looks like a Chinese ship, how they have like the different kind of sails. It looks like a dragon wing or something, or spine. I don't know how to describe it. And the guy with the nose patch, of course, is back, and he says, I love a good pirate's tale. Then we have Blackbeard fighting someone on the beach, a Navy guy. So then we have a scene with, there's a whole bunch of them. Steed is there, Izzy is next to him. You've got Black Pete in the back, Frenchie's back there, Jim is there, Madeline Sami is there, Oluwande is there, Roach is there, and there's some guy who is coming up, I'm assuming to attack. Everybody is grabbing their weapons, Steed shoots into the air, and it looks like in the back, it looks like Black Pete is maybe holding that red jacket that Steed was wearing in the teaser trailer. You don't see him actually wearing that, I don't think, in this trailer. But I'm pretty sure that's what he's holding back there. Then you have a quick little scene of Black Pete doing this and Jim just looking at him like, ugh, you're an idiot. Then it looks like Izzy and the nose guy, just what I'm thinking of them as. It looks like they're talking to each other. There are candles in between. And Izzy tells him, you don't know the first thing about piracy. And then the next scene, I'm sure somebody has already said this. Because, I haven't watched anybody talking about this. I haven't watched any other breakdowns. I haven't been on Twitter paying attention to people noticing all this stuff. I think this is Lucius. I think this is Frenchie and Lucius. They're about to pull one of these Navy guys up underneath a tree limb, it looks like. But this looks like Lucius to me. I don't know if I'm going crazy. It looks like this finger, that is a wooden finger. But it's hard to tell. And I don't have my glasses on. If that's not Lucius, they have a Nathan Fode look-alike to throw everybody off. Because that, I think it's Lucius. I think that might be our first glimpse of him in season 2. It may not be, but I think that's who it is. But anyway, the two of them take down a guy, pull him back, and then we move on to a quick little shot of Wee John in drag, looking very spectacular. And yeah, it looks like he's got I think everybody's saying that this is probably going to be a mermaid outfit, and it looks like he has like scales or something maybe right here. So it looks really cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. And of course, over this, you can hear Izzy saying it's not about glory. And it has there's a quick little shoulder bump between Olawande and Jim, which is really cute. I'm so ready to see them together again. They're so cute. I just love them. Then it looks like Steed is running down the beach. Then we have a door opening. On the back of the door, it looks like that red jacket that Steed wears. This looks like the same place where he does a punch in the teaser trailer. And behind him, it looks like that may be Jim, but it's kind of hard to tell. And then the next scene, you have Steed saying id instead of Ed, because, the accent. And he gets headbutted by Ed. And Ed kind of groans, and he also groans. And yeah, maybe this is their reunion. Things are not going well, though, that's for sure. They both seem to be in pain. Yeah, and then it says, Our Flag Means Death, October 5th. Then we get a short little clip after this. Blackbeard is staring into the distance. It looks like he's on a beach or something somewhere. There's maybe a dock behind him. It's kind of hard to tell. But it looks like he's wearing buttons his jacket, and you can hear the Swede talking. He says, Blackbeard, are you poor now? And then we see Blackbeard and Jackie. You do see the Swede briefly. It looks like he's maybe bringing drinks to Ed and Jackie. And Ed says, no, I'm just trying something different, man. And Swede's like, okay, back to basics. And yeah, if you look closely at Swede, he's wearing different clothes than he normally wears. There's not an SJ carved into his face, so usually Jackie's husbands have an SJ carved on their face, so maybe he's not a husband, but maybe he's going to be one. I don't know. So there we go. We made it through things I was not expecting to see. I wasn't sure if they were going to show Ed and Steed together at all, but they did a couple of times. There was a lot of Izzy and Steed stuff again, which was fun. I'm excited to see what's going to go on there. And Izzy's wooden leg, that was a surprise. And do you guys think that was Lucius? Am I going crazy? Let me know. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Do you have any more theories? I loved reading the comments last time. There were so many of you talking about how excited you were. I think that this gives us a little more to speculate about. There are only going to be 8 episodes this season, which is really sad because there were 10 last time, and I was really hoping for 10 more, but that's okay. So, October 5th, we get the first 3 episodes. The next week, we get 2. The week after that, we get 2. And then the week after that, which is like the Thursday before Halloween, I think, we get the finale. So, I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I have already told my boyfriend that on Thursday, as soon as I get home from work, I am watching the first 3 episodes without him. And then on Friday, when he comes over to my apartment, we're watching the first 3 episodes again because, yeah, he's just gonna have to deal with it. No, he's fine with it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me your theories. It was so much fun reading them last time. Is there anything that you picked out that I missed? Because I'm sure there probably are things. If you can think of any, let me know. This is probably the last, the last video that I'm going to make about this, but who knows? Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.